And we're doing it on the Spread Option Pod. This week, the Southeastern Conference. Normally, we don't do too many big conferences in a row. We usually start with the little guys. But you know what? It's a new year. It's a new us. It's Tony. The next voice you hear is Ben.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
So I think there's only two teams we're going to like in the SEC. I feel like it's going to be Texas or Georgia. You tell me which one we're going to start with.
Really? Really?
You,
You're just going to slander Ole Miss, the
I'm
team that
definitely
was
going to
that was
slander Ole Miss.
a hop skipping away from the college football playoff. You're going to poo-poo Kalen DeBoer's Alabama. You're
Oh,
gonna
shit,
poo-poo
yes.
the Crimson Tide. You're
Shit,
gonna
yes.
you're gonna poo-poo Lane Kiffin's king of the transfer portal LSU squad. You're gonna poo-poo him.
Well, LSU might be sneaky. Like Lane Kiffin might actually get lucky, because he brought in the quarterback from Arizona State. He might get like we'll get to LSU in a second. I mean, but the SEC odds have Texas 3-1, right, to win the conference. Georgia 330. So I mean, it's like the same odds to win the conference. They're both around 10 on the win total. So I just felt like it was going to be one of those two we would think
Yeah.
was most likely. But
Um.
yeah.
So earlier in the off season, Georgia was at 4-1,
Mm.
and Texas was at 2 something, and I thought that was silly willy, just given Kirby is arguably the best coach in college football. Arguably has the most talented roster year in year out. Um, the coach that has either been in or won the SEC basically every year since the pandemic, SEC championship game since the pandemic. A team that consistently goes to the college football playoff, a team that was like just a few plays away from being, one game away from the national championship. So yeah, and also the coach that keeps outsmarting Sarkeesian. So I grabbed Georgia at 4-1. I thought that was silly. Um, so that's who I at least bet on to win the conference. But yeah, um, I think Georgia and Texas should be the odds-on favorite. Yeah, so we can go with the Bulldogs if you want.
All right, we'll
So
start. We'll start with Gunnar Stockton returning under center.
yeah,
Kirby is given the kid the QB1 title right out the gate. The plan is to run with him. I question. Look. Kirby won with Stetson Bennett, so I guess he could win with Gunnar Stockton. But I question whether such an inaccurate quarterback is going to be able to win a national championship.
I don't know if he's inaccurate. It just seems like you know they don't really unleash him unless they're really down in the fourth quarter. And
Yeah,
and
but
maybe
but that's
that's
because
not
he's
they
not
don't
a
have the
good
confidence.
downfield passer,
Yeah,
right? It's
yeah.
because they know he's not a good downfield passer.
But he
Yeah,
can put the team on his back, you know?
he makes play. He is a pressure performer. Yeah, I'll give you that. He
Yeah.
is a pressure performer. He gets better as the game goes on. He doesn't wilt, but he's also not very good. Like when he runs, right? But he doesn't run, like a real running quarterback. He's like
Yeah.
gritty, like it's Scatabo.
Yes. Yes. Um he's not in the I mean, without having to go through the full list, I wouldn't immediately put him in the um top 10 most talented quarterbacks in college football.
You
Right?
would
That
be mad if the G-men drafted him. Like, let's just be
yeah, sure.
very clear.
But I would say that he's in the top 20.
I mean, I'm gonna put it to you like this: he doesn't turn the ball over a lot, and I think that's probably Kirby's favorite trait of his. Right? Like he doesn't care about incompletions, right? Kirby cares about interceptions, doesn't he?
Yeah.
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 It's that.
So this team, okay, so according to my numbers, again, 3-year average, factoring in 3 points for home field advantage, 3-year average of Saccharin ratings, has Georgia a favorite in every game except at Alabama, where they're a half-point dog.
Fascinating, because you would put their win total at 10. So,
Yes, and but
so,
their win total is at 10. My numbers have 10.05. Because
so they would be not favored at Bama, you said, and
so this is a short dog. So basically, they have 50-50 chance to win at Alabama and Ole Miss. So that's how you,
interesting.
yeah.
I would have thought they'd be road favorites against the Rebels. All right, then. Okay,
Well,
but
this is just
otherwise,
the average of these three numbers. There's no handicapping involved in this. What my numbers also say is that Georgia has the third easiest schedule in the SEC. Now, after the at Mississippi and at Alabama, every other game is very winnable, I would say. Right? So, Florida at a neutral. Florida has not won that game since 2020.
it's been they won it in 2020. I was about to say I feel like it's been a decade since the Gators
Yeah,
won the
they won
cocktail
it and
party.
they won it with Kyle Trask in 2020.
All right.
Okay. Florida, we'll get there, but I don't think they're at the level to be beating Georgia, but anything can happen. At Arkansas, I'm not concerned. Home
Definitely not.
Auburn, I'm not concerned. Even if
We,
it's the South's
we'll talk.
oldest rivalry, I'm not
Yeah.
concerned.
All right. Well, we'll talk about the Tigers, but
Home
yeah,
to
they got to be favored.
Mississippi,
They got to be
I'm
favored.
not concerned. Home to Oklahoma, if this was at Oklahoma, I'd be concerned. I'm not concerned. Home to Vanderbilt, I'm not concerned. And on the road to South Carolina.
I mean,
Unless that's a night game, I'm not concerned.
hey, they 100% favored in every one of those contests. Honestly, Mateer could win that game on the road in his second year in the SEC. The Sooners could totally win that game.
Yeah, that's their
But
third most difficult game.
yeah. But like
But
they're gonna go to Tuscaloosa. They're gonna fuck shit up. It's a bit unfortunate that the cocktail party is on Halloween. It's going to be a bizarre atmosphere at the Jacksonville Stadium. But I mean,
you do
they
specialize in Halloween analysis.
no. I'm noticing right. Halloween does fall on a Saturday this year, so yeah, I am. Yeah, I am noticing that. It's those are always odd games. The crowds are always especially amped up. The players themselves probably have a lot of things going on that week as well, and it's like things get weird around that time of year. And but it is a manageable schedule. It is. It is a very
Yeah.
and it ends in a very gentle way.
Yeah.
At the
And
Rebels, home to Mizzou, at South Carolina, and then of course the rivalry game with the Jackets.
yeah. And we have to also mention that this year the SEC is going from eight conference games to 9 conference games. So I don't think it would be surprising if you had teams that went into the SEC championship game with 2 or possibly even more conference losses.
That would be a bizarre one to have a 6-3 team in there. That'd be a weird one.
6-3 conference team? I don't think
Yeah,
so, but
like
it's possible.
I suppose.
With injuries, these schedules are considerably harder now. So with only like 2, again, the Alabama and at Mississippi games, they're on the road, but these are basically pick'ems. Okay, and I wouldn't see them losing both of these games. Oklahoma at home maybe feels a little trappy, but otherwise, this is very, very manageable.
Like, I mean, yeah, it's just all right. Well, you know what? We'll press on because I think we agree that we wouldn't take the under on this team, and we understand why they're so short to be in the
Yeah.
conference championship.
And
Um,
one other thing that the Cover 3 podcasts who I listen to say all the time is that like this Georgia team was pretty young, and they did not have too many guys drafted. They still had like 6 or 7 guys drafted because those guys all remained on the team. So like this is a much more experienced team than last year's was, especially on defense.
That is a good point. Kirby Smart leads the conference in returning starters, returning 8 on the defensive side of the ball and 6 on offense. That's a good point. This Bulldogs defense is going to be a really salty bunch. I am going to yeah, we could be invested in Bulldogs and the under and probably get away with that parlay a lot. Um yeah, obviously, yeah. So they're going to be strong as ever on defense. We'll see. We'll see about these wideouts they brought in because I think the wideouts are going to have to pick up Stockton in order for the
Yeah,
Bulldogs to become champions. They're going to have wideouts who are draft picks. That's the way I would
yeah.
imagine it
They
goes.
haven't had any like Zachariah Branch was good for them, but he was like more of a gadget kind of guy. They haven't really had a deep threat in a while. It feels like.
Yeah, it's been a while since they've had one drafted. Yeah, like
Yeah, like tight ends, yeah, but I don't. What was the dude who was on the Steelers? Crap, I don't remember his name. George Pickens. George Pickens. He was the last like really good wide receiver they had, I think.
Pickens. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right about that. It's
And
been a
maybe there's one
while.
that's not coming to
Been a
mind,
while.
but George Pickens, like I feel like that was
Yeah.
2020 or 2021. Anyway,
Right? Yeah, that was like coronavirus time. Like, yeah, it's
yeah,
been a while. Yeah, Georgia ain't had a wideout like that in a while. I mean, they had Bowers, right?
yeah, but he's a tight
Who
end.
who draft? Yeah, but that's right, tight end, exactly. Who drafted him? The Raiders?
Yes,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
right. Anyway, okay then. All right then. Well, we expect to see the Bulldogs at the end. Actually, just out of curiosity, who is Gunnar Stockton's backup?
I have no idea.
I shouldn't have closed their fucking depth chart. 1 second. Um, Ryan Puglisi. Who is Ryan Puglisi? Young man from Massachusetts. They got a young Italian kid from Massachusetts to come all the way down to Athens, Georgia. Must be a culture shock for that lad. Um,
I'm sure he's getting a decent amount of pussy. I think he's okay.
I mean, I think he got laid in high school. He was probably like one of the best fucking quarterbacks in Mass. Like, I don't think it was like he didn't show up a fucking
Yeah, but what? I'm there. I'm there. I'm here. You dropped. You're okay. It dropped. It's still recording on my end. Oh, it says it's at 13:26 that we're still recording.
Wait, no, stop. Okay, start recording. Hey, oh wait, all right. And I guess we'll let it run because the red dot came back. All right, we'll fix this in post. Let's get on. Let's get on to fucking Texas. All right, hook 'em.
Okay. He had a bumly start. He had an okay end to the season. Yeah. I don't think he got hurt, did he? I don't remember.
Beat A&M. They did beat A&M. I
Mm-hmm.
forgot that. I we bet on A&M in that game.
Yeah,
At
and they
least I did.
embarrassed OU too.
And that's right. They crushed them. Although Mateer was
Yes, 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 yes. Recovering from a thumb. Yeah.
great. It's not a great quarterback last year, but yeah, he did kind of tighten it up toward the end. Like he threw most of his picks early in the season. Um, maybe, maybe Texas.
Sure, we can go to the schedule if you want. Not a challenging meeting. No. Yes. Well, I mean, you're really poo-pooing Ole Miss, which I don't think is right. Um, it is so my numbers have this is about a 5 to 6 point spread for Texas.
Okay, had to restart that recording.
Okay.
All right, we seem to be back. Okay,
Okay.
now you were saying that you think it'll be within a touchdown all three of those
Yes.
Texas home games.
No, no, no. Just the Ole Miss game.
Ah, right.
It's
Okay.
within a touchdown. And also, yeah, the Florida game, Mississippi State. It's going to be over. Both are over 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I would think they'd handle those guys,
Yeah,
right?
but yeah,
Um,
I mean they should. But Ole Miss, I would not poo-poo that.
then at Mizzou, at LSU, back to back weeks, home to Arkansas in their annual rivalry game. A game that dates back to when Texas played in the Big 12, and at A&M to end the season. This is a tough schedule. This is a tough schedule. Like, I mean, we talking about Texas like they supposed to just, oh, I see the juice is the other way. Okay, yeah, you would say they were going to get 9 wins. Right. All right, that makes sense. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because
So
like
yeah, my
they
numbers
should
are at
lose a couple. Right
9.007.
there, you go. Yeah,
Exactly.
because
So
like yeah,
they are according to my numbers a favorite in every single game except a 2 point dog home to Ohio State.
I mean, I get it, but you also think they're going to lose one at LSU, at A&M, at
Yeah,
Tennessee
or
for
they could even,
sure.
they could slip up at Missouri if possible.
Mm,
If Oklahoma is a better team, they could lose at Red River.
for sure.
Um, yeah,
Yeah.
I would be surprised for Florida to go to Texas and win that game. But yeah,
Oh, but they're not doing the Texas game at Jerry World anymore, so it's not the same rivalry game. Alas, this match will be in Austin. Traditionally, the Texas Arkansas game is played where the Cowboys play.
yes.
It's sort of a commemoration of Jerry Jones's life accomplishments as he attended Arkansas for undergrad. Now, I think, I mean, Arch has definitely got to be better than Gunnar Stockton. I think because, like, based just like pedigree, right?
I would say probably Gunnar Stockton has on average Not even on average. He's probably performed better in every game than Arch has ever played
But
as a
like,
starter.
but that's because they've asked him to do less. Like Sarkisian asks more of Arch Manning, and like clearly, like we would not be mad if the G-men drafted baby Archie. We would be really upset if they drafted Gunnar Stockton.
But
Like I'll put it to you like
there's
that.
an emotional tie there. I mean, you have to come on.
No, 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 no. No, just like fucking if you are Arthur Dane's son, you could swing a sword. Like Arch Manning, we know his last name. That counts.
Also, we have the world's biggest douchebag as our quarterback, so we don't need Arch.
every time I see Dart out there, I'm like, oh, this guy is insufferable.
He's such a douchebag.
He's insufferable. Like, I would hate hanging out with him.
Yeah, but luckily we don't have to do that.
Well, yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, Texas has the third highest rated transfer portal class. They got Hollywood Smothers, who was awesome at NC State. They got Cam Coleman, who could be the best wide receiver in the SEC from Auburn. I really think that it is Texas and Georgia quite comfortably above the rest. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Ole Miss or Alabama or Tennessee had really good years, but I think these two teams are in a class above the rest of them.
Yo, that is a very fair way to put it. And yeah, I don't think we'd bet on either win total, but we wouldn't take the under either. And yeah, I don't think we'll be surprised to see Texas and Georgia battling it out at the end of the season for the conference championship. I would expect both these teams to make the playoffs. Okay. All right, now we can step on.
If these teams did not make the playoffs, both teams had disastrous years.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It would be. It'd be a Shonda. I mean, Sark's actually going to get sacked if he doesn't make the playoffs. So yeah, there would be that. All right. So we got the two big dogs out of the way. Now we get into a payoff range where these teams, we could talk about any of these teams. We could talk about the Tigers, the Crimson Tide, the Aggies, the Rebels, the Sooners. We could talk about any of these teams. I know that you like the Rebels. You think Pete Golding is going to be able to do something with Chambliss. I don't see it that way. Ole Miss 950 to win the conference, 7.5 on the win total. I don't see it. Even if Golding keeps up the offense, I'm going to bet that the Ole Miss defense is shambolic.
I don't know why you would think that the Ole Miss defense is shambolic. Why?
Well, I mean, because I would expect that they're bringing back that they're bringing in that Golding bringing in a bunch of guys off the portal, so like he's going to have to like glue it together, which I feel like is like not straightforward always.
Okay, well maybe, but they have the okay. So in the transfer portal rankings are as such: LSU, Ole Miss, Texas. Yeah, maybe it's a little patchwork, but he was also the defensive coordinator last year. He's a defensive-minded guy.
Oh, my fault. I thought it was the offensive coordinator.
No, he was the defensive coordinator.
Oh, okay.
Listen, with Chambliss, anything can happen. That guy just pulls a rabbit out of his hat. So
that's like saying with Donald Trump as president, anything could happen. Like,
well, that's actually true.
But it's like
that is legit true.
Yeah, but it's gonna
we are bombing Iran. That is
exactly
legit true.
It's gonna be a fucking turnover.
We have tariffs on like Swaziland. Yes, anything can happen. What are you talking about?
That's fucking real. That is fucking real. We have tariffs on random places.
Yeah. The Department of Justice just said like, "Oh yeah, you're never investigating Trump's or his family's IRS returns ever.
It didn't have to
And
pay taxes
also, we're
anymore.
setting up this fund for, so-called victims from January 6th. It's like, what are you talking? Anything is possible with President Trump. Okay.
That's really fucking true. Oh my
Yeah,
god,
and
he's still
any
taking $2 billion of tax money. What are you talking about? What?
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, we're going to temporarily cancel. Like Elon by accident canceled the program for Ebola. He quickly restored it, but now there's an Ebola outbreak. Um. Anyway, so anything is possible. So anything is possible with Chambliss. He can just make anything happen. Now, I don't think the Georgia rematch is. It's certainly not a gimme, but you want that Georgia game at home. Um, LSU at home, that place is gonna be a fucking hornet's nest. That is probably pre-flop going to be the best atmosphere in college football when Kiffin comes to Ole Miss.
Stop it. That's the third game.
Yeah,
Oh my fucking god! They are so fucking. That's amazing. That's a really good dramatic bit of scheduling. The conference opener, home to Kiffin's LSU. Ole Miss has to win that game. That's going to be really demoralizing to them to lose that game.
yeah. So, my numbers have Ole Miss winning 8.97 games. Would I say Texas was 9.07?
Yeah,
Yeah. So, according to my note, they're only going to be a dog at Texas. A very, again, as I said, a very, very short favorite home to Georgia. A very short road favorite at Oklahoma. But
you know, I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give you this. Chambliss did actually.
they
He
were
didn't
almost in the
actually
national
play.
championship game.
Yeah, he didn't actually play that bad in the playoff games.
He wasn't. What are you talking
Like he
about? He
played pretty
almost made it
good.
to the national. They beat Georgia. He had those games. He just pulled those. He was just ran around. Somehow found every single open wide receiver. This guy was at D2. He wasn't even supposed to be the starter
I
in the
don't.
in the off season.
I. There was something. Georgia was winning in the fourth quarter of that game, as I recall. That was a comeback win by Chambliss. I don't understand exactly what happened.
He
I'm
ran
still.
around. He just ran circles. He ran circles.
But I mean, but behind the line of scrimmage, it wasn't
He
like
pulled
he.
out. He pulled out Mahomesian shit. That was
Yeah, that is. It
Mahomesian.
was actually. It was positively Mahomesian. That's very
Yeah.
true. Yeah, he's.
So
Yeah, his,
anything is possible.
yeah. He could throw. He could throw an interception. He could throw a 50-yard bomb. Yeah, it's true. He's all right. I mean,
Yeah.
look, the Rebels. Look, the market clearly gives him some respect, right? The market. I mean, the 7.5 is juiced over. The market expects him to win 8 of these games. Um, in terms of their road games, at Florida, tough but doable. At Vandy, that's doable. At Texas, that's very tough. That's tall order.
Hmm.
At the Sooners, late in the season, depends on how things go. If the Sooners are strong, that's a very tough game. And that would be the week after they host the Georgia. So that's a bit of a
Hmm. Hmm.
double
Hmm.
whammy there.
Hmm.
It's a bit of a
That's
double
a bad
whammy there.
spot for them. That's a bad spot for them.
Yeah, you know what? That whole package of weeks at Texas, home Auburn, home Georgia, at Oklahoma. That is where the season is made or broken for the
Hmm.
Rebels. That shit
Hmm.
could go 0-4 for them if it comes down that.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if
This the only thing I just took umbrage with is the assumption that the cupboard was bare off of this team, and I just don't think that's the case.
well, we got a lot of new faces on defense. I didn't mean to say they were bad faces. I was just saying they're new faces. Like, yeah, I'm sure they are well rated enough. I mean, they fit to play in the SEC. People don't think this roster is like not backable. All right, we'll see what Chambliss does. Is this his last year of eligibility?
Yes. he went to court to get this year of eligibility, so I assume he
Oh,
does
okay.
not have another one after this. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this is all right. So this is a big season for everyone. A lot of pressure on everyone here to make this happen. Opening game against Louisville. I don't know how good Louisville's going to be. Are they going to suck?
I don't know. That's a team I'm having a hard time getting my hands around.
All right. Well, we'll leave the ACC for another day.
Yeah.
I think. I think gun to head. I would fuck with that under. I would take the plus money on that under 7.5. The plus 120 on that shit. Gun to head.
Gun to head, I would look for an alt line of Mississippi.
I mean,
It's 7. It's 7. I would feel comfortable laying 10 with Ole Miss. You know what I mean? Because there's like tail outcomes where like so Louisville has Ohio State's backup quarterback who's like supposed to be very talented, but he's never started a game before, right? And so there's a chance that it like takes a long time for the team to get going. Ole Miss has a lot of their offense back. Ole Miss scores quickly, and like Louisville is in catch up mode the whole time. Or even then, maybe he's perfectly cromulent, but Ole Miss just like comes out of the gate hot, or just like teabags them. So I think there's like the bell curve is like shifted to the right a little bit on like potential outcomes in that game.
I
You know
dig
what I
that.
mean?
Yeah, I dig that. That makes a lot of sense.
Like, yeah. I think it's more likely that Ole Miss covers the 10 than loses the game. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
All right.
anyway,
All right. We'll keep looking. We'll keep sifting for wages. I have a sneaking suspicion that throughout the season, as is tradition, we will be leaning towards underdogs getting the points in the
yeah.
Southeastern Conference.
Yeah, I think last year the ACC played like a couple SEC teams and did quite well. And like yeah, laying the wood with the SEC team in a non-conference is not like always the smartest thing to do.
Yeah, it's no people. Once we get into the season, the team gets a couple wins, and then all the bettors flock to them, and it's like no, like this is a rugged conference. Everyone can win on every week, pretty
Yeah,
much. Um,
exactly.
like, I mean, except for like Arkansas and Mississippi State, but we'll get to them later. All right, we got Texas A&M and Alabama both plus 850 win the conference, which surprises me because I would much sooner roll with Marcel Reed than whoever the fuck Kalen DeBoer is rolling with, which I believe is not settled. But anyway, let's start with A&M. Let's start with A&M. So Marcel Reed returns under center, but we have 4 new offensive linemen. I never like to see that.
No.
That that is never a thing I love. Oh, oh dear. I I was excited for this team. First of all, I like Marcel because he's skinny. I like a young man who's buck 75 under center. That makes me root for him more. That's about how much I weighed when I was his age. Um, 8.5 on the win total seems reasonable. They got a tough end to the season though, so maybe it's not reasonable. Um, yeah, what do you think of the Aggies?
Um, I'm gonna have to fade them. Um, the team, the school with the most players selected in the 2026 NFL draft last year was Texas A&M.
But to be fair, it was always a strong recruiting program. A&M, like
Um,
before Elko, like Jimbo's classes were always well rated. It was just Jimbo couldn't coach them.
okay. Let's go. The Miles Garrett year, 2017. So before Jimbo, 5 players drafted. 2018, 3 players drafted. 2019, 7 players drafted: 2022, 2021, 4, 2022, 4, 2023, 3, 2024,
Damn.
4,
God damn.
2025, 3, 11 last year.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
That's pretty staggering. All right, there.
Yeah, yeah, including guard, center, guard.
Yeah, no, we're replacing some. Yeah,
two
we're
two
replacing some
defensive.
real
We're
great
also
offensive
replacing,
linemen.
yeah, and tight end, right?
All right. I mean, but we bring back a skinny young quarterback with big dreams, and we bring back a coach who's been a winner basically for the
Sure.
past like 3 or 4 seasons. Like Elko has just been a straight up winner. Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess 850 ain't exactly attractive for this setup though.
Mm-mm.
Um,
Mm-mm. And then also like at LSU, at Alabama, neutral to Oklahoma. I mean the Texas matchup at home, but still.
um, no, it's yeah, no, it's a rugged end to the season because yeah, they go at Bama, bye week at South Carolina, home Tennessee, at the Sooners, home Texas.
It's rough.
That could
Yeah.
easily be a 1-4 stretch right there.
Yeah.
Um,
So my numbers have this as their total wins at 7.2. What's their win total?
7.5, where the juice
Okay.
is pretty flat.
Okay.
Or my bad, sorry, 8.5, 8.5.
Oh,
Juiced a little bit to the under, like -20 to the under. So yeah, like with 8.5, I, I mean, I think they should win 8 games because I mean, they should just start out 3-0. Missouri State, Arizona State, Kentucky, just start out 3-0 there, and then LSU, Arkansas, gotta win one of those. Conceivably could win both. Um, they play FCS Citadel.
hmm.
So yeah, I mean they already got the 6 wins. Just got to grab a couple more somewhere. Wait, no, they'd have to grab 3 more. Oh shit.
Yeah, and also they have to go at South Carolina. There's the South Carolina revenge game.
Oh man, did I just talk myself into under 8.5? I
Yeah,
love Marcel Reed. I'm gonna be really mad to like be like, let's go under 8.5, and then watch him just cut it up, win the Heisman. Just
I'm
fucking
going. I think I'm gonna. I need to see what's in Caesars because that's where I'm more liquid at the moment. Let's see what we got here for the Caesar Sportsbook. Let's see what we got. SEC.
Marcel
Oh
Reed, 25-1 to win the Heisman. That doesn't seem like enough.
no, it does not.
Well,
A&M. Let's see what we got here for a win total. Yeah, under 8.5 is minus 115. 9 wins. So 9 wins, you're saying, okay, so a 9-win team is on the cusp of the playoff, basically, right?
more
So
or
that's
less,
the
yeah.
question. That's the question you're asking yourself. Is Texas A&M losing all those players to the draft with Texas, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Alabama, LSU, a a playoff team?
I mean, I think they are, but like maybe they're not. Things are stacked against them. Reed is going to have to do better than he did last year, which I'm pricing in. But
Okay, I'm gonna bet under 8.5 right now.
he would have to also pick up for his team getting worse, which is a little
Yeah.
bit tougher to price in. I expect the A&M. I expect Elko's defense to be good again because I think basically has a good defense every season, and I don't I don't expect that to change.
That is my first. win total officially wagered. I think we discussed mini last week, right?
That's right. I forgot to write that down. We gave out mini over 5.5 wins.
Oh well, it's at in over 5.5. It's at plus. It's at 6.5
It
here
was
at
over. Oh, my bad. All right, over six
Caesar.
and a half wins.
No, I think it was 5. We were talking about 5.5
That's what I remember too.
because we
Okay,
were like, this is a bowl team. So
that's
I
right.
did not wager that.
Well, you know what? Good luck to you, sir.
Hmm.
Week in, week out, Lord knows I'm going to be rooting for the Aggies, but it might not be wise. Now, but I also don't think Bama at 850 is wise either. I don't think either of the teams in this price range is particularly bettable. First of all, Bama don't even know what their quarterback is, but I know that their coach ain't the one. Like, we are on a downgrade from the Nick Saban years. Like, this is just the same logo. This is not the same product. Um, yeah, with instability on both sides of the line of scrimmage, instability under center, and a coach who just might be drowning here. I would be looking more for DeBoer first coach fired or some shit.
Yeah, the thing is, okay. I would be interested in their win total.
Oh, my fault. I didn't mention the win total. 1 second.
It's fine. I think they have a
Win total
very
is 8.5.
okay. I think they have a very high floor because okay, East Carolina at home. I don't care what you say. They're going to win that game. We have the revenge game versus Florida State, and that team is like on the verge of collapse, right? So, home to Chattanooga. I'm not looking at this in order. I don't have things in order. Home to Auburn. If that was in Auburn, I'd be worried about it. But I'm not. I'm not really concerned about Auburn this year.
We'll talk about
They're
that.
bringing a fucking AAC roster. Like I'm not concerned about Auburn.
I like Golish and Byron
Me
Brown, but
too.
we'll
But
come back to that. We'll come
well,
back to that.
those like I'm not. That kid's gonna get killed. Um, home to Georgia. You want that home versus away. We expect Georgia to win that game.
Ball.
Okay. Um, then let's look at the rest of the conference. South Carolina, Kentucky, Mississippi State, Vanderbilt. You got the 4 easiest teams in the conference, right?
Granted.
Texas A&M is at home. Yeah, at Tennessee, at LSU are difficult. But I think they have a pretty high floor. I think like okay, East Carolina, Florida State, Chattanooga. I'm going to put in Auburn here. I don't care. South Carolina, Kentucky, Mississippi State, Vanderbilt. You're at 7 right there.
I was going to say that stretch of games: home Georgia, at Rocky Top, home A&M, at LSU after the traditional bye week. They could lose all 4 of them games, and then DeBoer is sacked after he was defeated by the LSU Tigers.
Sure, anything is possible. My numbers still have them favored in every game except for home to Georgia.
I mean, I'm not going to argue with that. Like, I mean, when we get to those games, I suspect that they will be dogs. Or rather, I suspect they'll be underdogs to LSU
Yeah,
when we get to that game. But yeah, coming into the season, sure, why not? I feel you. I I would I would start forgetting my long running memory of what the Crimson Tide were about. I think Crimson Tide fans will look at the product on the field this season and they will say, this is nothing like it used to be. What happened to us?
it's really 7.5.
8.5.
Oh, I thought you said it was 7.5.
No, 8.5.
8.5. Over minus 120 here at Cesars. Okay. Okay. Where are we off to next?
I just wanted to look real quick. Who are meant to be the quarterbacks?
I
Um,
think there's a Keenan something.
Keelan. Yes, Keelan Russell is.
Keelan and then something Mac. Austin Mac.
Yeah, okay. Keelan Russell. Where did we get him from?
I think he's a freshman or a sophomore. Austin Mack came with DeBoer from Washington, I believe.
Okay, so he was recruited. Okay, so he was in the pipeline. He was being recruited. And then the other one, Mac, came with him from
Washington.
Washington. Not ideal. Not ideal that. Neither of these lads are ideal. I guess Russell must have more upside. Let's assume it'll be Keelan Russell. Let's see. If you were excited about Alabama, let's find the Keelan Russell Heisman odds. Because if you were excited about Bama, I bet you DeBoer got a lot out of his young quarterback. You know what I mean? You're kidding me. He's 35-1 on DraftKings. These odds are bullshit.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
There needs to be regulation of this.
Yeah.
35. I would lay 35-1 that he is not going to win the Heisman. What are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? Whatever. If that shit was more like 100-1,
yeah,
I would be like, let's fuck with that.
70-1. Yeah.
Yeah, let's fuck with that. Because like, if it goes well, it's gonna be this freshman who carries them. That's the way I see it.
That's pretty gay. That's
the way I see it for Alabama. Definitely manageable schedule, but all the same, they got to play some big boys, and they could get their hearts broken. Okay.
Let's go to the Tigers of Baton Rouge.
Yeah, I think that would make the most sense looking at the odds. Yeah, looking at the odds. LSU 9-1 to win the conference. New coach, new look, new future. Sam Levitt under center. We liked him when he was on the Sun Devils, and he's clearly got moxie. So like that could be a good setup. Like Kiffin won't mind him one bit. 8.5 on the win total, which I guess is it's reasonable. I guess LSU probably has the highest variance of any team in the conference. Like this thing could be genius. Like they could be in the playoff at the end of the season, or I guess they do have to go bowling. It's hard for them not to win 6 games in the schedule, but they could like easily be stuck on 6 wins. I feel like it could go either way here.
I don't think 6 wins is. But I think these guys have a pretty high floor as well. Like they're a favorite versus Clemson currently. They're an 11-point favorite versus Clemson. McNeese at Arkansas is always difficult for them, but you should expect them to win. I'm not worried about Auburn. Kentucky at Kentucky, sometimes depending on where that lands, could be tricky, but on paper, that should be a win for them. Home to Mississippi State should be a win. And then at Louisiana Tech should be a win. So I think what's that? 1.
Well, you got them at
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's already 7 games.
Oh, I had counted 8. But I was also going to say, yeah, they could lose a couple of them roadies. Like they totally could just lose a couple of them roadies. Honestly, every road game in the SEC is losable.
Sure, I'm just saying, on paper. So like in all of those games, they're around a touchdown favorite on the road.
They are not
that I mentioned.
They are not a touchdown favorite to Tennessee.
No, I didn't mention Tennessee. I didn't mention Tennessee.
Okay. Yeah. My bad. I
didn't mention Tennessee. No.
Right. Like, I mean, I guess I could live with Kentucky and Auburn. I guess I could live with that being a touchdown.
That's why I'm saying that's why I'm saying that they have a high floor. The like home to Alabama, home to Texas, at Mississippi, at Tennessee, they're all dogs, and then A&M is about 3-point favorite home to. So those are, I think they have a very high ceiling and a low floor, to be honest with you. Because like of the home Alabama,
Yeah.
home Texas A&M, at Mississippi, at Tennessee, those are 5 games. Like, okay, what's the best case scenario? They win. Like, what do we think is the most likely scenario? To me, it's probably they win 2 of them,
Yeah, probably.
right? And
Probably so.
so
Yeah.
so then we're already over our win total. But I don't. I think it's very unlikely that they win 3 of them, right? So that's why I'm saying I think they have a
And
very
if
very
it
high floor but a low ceiling.
well, I'm saying that Levitt is cooking if they get to that place. Like, I mean, this team's going to go to the playoff if they win 3 of them.
Yeah,
I guess if they win the right 3 of those, right? Like, yeah, like in a season where they beat Bama and Texas, like they're gonna fucking go to the playoff.
yeah,
So, like, I mean, even if it's a down year for Bama, they're still gonna go.
yeah,
Uh, yeah, I I could see, yeah, I could see it going either way. I could see it going either way. I also think you would have to make a decision of what you think about this LSU defense because the defense is also going to be patchwork to start with. It's yeah, the variance is wide here. Um, I would I would understand a person making any kind of bet on this team, even though I don't know if I would recommend any.
yeah. I understand it, but I don't think I would. I'm not going to bet my money on this. I think it's more likely LSU misses the playoffs than makes the playoff, for example.
I suppose you're right.
Yeah.
That's fair. Um,
But if someone felt confident enough, I wouldn't immediately poo-poo it. I wouldn't think they're crazy. Like I don't think Texas A&M is a playoff team, right? If
it, yeah,
I push back on that. LSU either way. I mean, I have a gut instinct, but
the A&M is definitely in for some adversity. They will have to have some players step up for them. Okay, all right. LSU not gonna. Well, will probably be taking the underdog in a lot of their games too.
mm-hmm.
Uh, all right. The last team in this odds tranche, Boomer Sooner, Oklahoma, 13-1 to win the conference. Mateer returning under center. That seems unfair to me to give this talented returning quarterback such long odds compared to the other teams we were talking about. I think 12-1 might be the value pick here. Like, I guess we're bringing in a lot of new faces on the offensive line here too, but at least Venables feels good about his defensive core. I trust him as a defensive coach, and he's got. And hey, Mateer certainly had a worse offensive line when he was at fucking Washington State. So,
Mm-hmm.
like, I mean, I know he can move, he could play. Let's have a look at the Sooners' schedule. What do we got here? At Michigan, week 2, challenging but doable. At Georgia, week 4. What a rugged start. Then the bye week, then the Red River Shootout.
That's a tough start.
If we don't start 2-3, I
Yeah,
think the season could be good. God damn it! Yeah, it's a tough start.
it's a
After,
tough start.
after that,
Yeah.
things get very chill. Home to Kentucky, at Mississippi State, home to South Carolina, at Florida. That should just be it. We should just roll a quick 4-0 there, and that'll be Florida coming off the cocktail party. We should really roll a quick 4-0 there. Home to Ole Miss, home to A&M, tough at the Zoo to close it out.
The Swamp is a difficult place to play.
I
That's
like catching them after they play Georgia. Yes,
yeah,
it is a tough road
sure,
trip.
but that's inside a touchdown
Mm-hmm.
according to my numbers. According to my numbers, Oklahoma has the hardest conference schedule of any SEC team.
Explains the 7.5 win total. Okay.
Yup. Um, dog. I mean, this is out of conference, but dog at Michigan, um, dog at Georgia, dog at Texas, dog home to Mississippi, dog to Missouri, which I don't think is actually likely.
That doesn't
But
sound right to me. I'm
no,
not comfortable with that.
but home to playing Texas A&M at home is not easy, right? So I mean the only like gimmies are South Carolina at home, at Mississippi State, home Kentucky, right, within the conference.
You know, Mateer, he took a lot of sacks as the season wore on last year. I think he's going to take a lot of sacks this year again, isn't he? Because he's holding on to the football too long.
What are his Heisman odds?
28-1. He took a lot of sacks. He has to not take sacks like this. That's not going to work. But because he took 25 sacks last year, it's not going to work. But we know he's talented.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, who's the best quarterback in the SEC? I guess it's supposed to be Baby Archie, but in a one game right now, like if I wanted one guy right now, I would take Mateer.
Ooh.
I'm
I might
scared.
take Sam Levitt. I might take Sam Levitt.
I mean, Levitt hasn't played in conference yet, is what holds me back. Because
True.
I feel like there's gonna be a little bit of an adjustment to that. But like, no, you're right. Levitt is definitely the highest rated by the scouts, right? Yeah, the scouts would go Levitt number one. Yeah, that's fair.
So where are we going after the
All right.
Sooners?
I mean, well, no, I kind of like that 12-1 though. I still like that 12-1. I think they could win. I think they could be in the conference championship still. They just gotta. They
Their
just gotta.
schedule's too different.
They just gotta. They just gotta win. They just gotta win a couple of tough road games, or at least one tough road game, and then they gotta win the Red River Shootout. Like, I feel like it could happen for them. And I'm gonna tell you this much: if they beat Georgia and then beat Texas, they're gonna be like number one in the nation. I'm gonna
Sure,
tell you
but
that right now.
yes,
Like
of course.
this team is
Yes.
going to be like the
Yes.
favorites.
Yes, of course. Yes, if they go on the road at Michigan and then on the road at Georgia and beat them, yes, they will be the number one team in the
I mean,
country.
the
Yes.
Wolverines strike me as vulnerable, right? I mean, we talked about this last week, but it's going to take a minute for Whittingham to get that program into shape.
Yeah, I
Like
think
they
we
ain't
might
gonna.
be. I think we might mess with Oklahoma
Yeah, I
in
think
that game.
they're gonna be vulnerable.
Yeah,
Um,
I think we do need to change our philosophy of only giving out non-ranked teams.
we might have to. We
Yeah.
might have to. Okay, now, but yeah, let's. I mean, in my bad, I said 12. I said 1300. I should have said, but yeah, 1300. I like the Sooners. I don't know. Maybe I'll find a way to get that in pocket myself. Okay, next couple teams: Tennessee and Florida in the same neighborhood, 20-1, 25-1, respectively. So you tell me which team you're more excited about. I mean, I guess I'm more excited about Tennessee personally. I think Coach Heupel is going to be able to get something out of this team.
Yeah, you know that I'm like Florida is my favorite SEC team. Like I kind of root for Florida. I'm not as into Florida as I am to Iowa. But if I have a SEC rooting interest, it's the Gators.
Okay, then
Though
we'll start with the
though
Gators.
I probably bet on the Bulldogs the most. No, let's go to Tennessee. And the
Okay, then.
reason why I say Tennessee is I know nothing about this team. Absolutely nothing. However, they have the easiest schedule according to my numbers.
They have
I
the
have
easiest schedule. What
the
they mean? They play Bama.
easiest.
They play Bama and A&M.
Bama at home, right? But they also play Vandy, Kentucky, South Carolina, Arkansas, Auburn. So they play the five worst teams in the SEC.
Okay, okay, but in that I guess that conference. Oh, and they also play Texas, but yeah, but that sort of compensates playing Texas, Bama, and A&M.
Yeah, and
Um,
Texas is at home.
and right, they likewise they host Texas and Bama. Okay,
Yes, I'm
okay.
not saying it's easy. I'm saying it's the easiest.
No, I feel it. I like Heupel. Heupel's grown on me over the years.
Do we know who the
And I
quarterback
think
is going to be?
I think no, and I don't think he knows either. But he handled the Iamaliaba situation so well last year because I thought it was going to
Yeah.
be a fucking disaster. They were screwed, and like he actually put a good team together. So like I was kind of like, all right, Heupel, you're a good coach now. I don't know who let's see. I am seeing a young man called Faison Brandon is in the mix for quarterback. Who is this? Who is this young Faison?
I don't think he's white.
Okay, he looks like new to campus. Was there a quarterback McIntyre last year? No. All right, so we would be bringing in some new guys for the Tennessee Volunteers. What a do we have a depth chart for this team at all? Okay, George McIntyre. There we go. George McIntyre is the clubhouse leader to be quarterback. 6'6", buck 95. Good golly, is he skinny. Christ on a cracker. That, he's going to have to get thick. Jesus
Now,
Christ.
how much is Faison Brandon to win the Heisman?
Kid ain't even on the list.
I'm sure is somewhere's got that figure.
I mean,
Because
look on
like
FanDuel. But like, I got
I can't
DraftKings
in
up
New
now.
York State they don't have it in New York State.
Oh, yeah.
Because like because they have a comparatively easy schedule and they get to play Texas, Alabama, LSU, and A&M. Like you play well in 3 out of 4 of these games, and you're a freshman coming out of nowhere. Like that's a Heisman story right there.
That's definitely a Heisman story. You're right.
That's a Heisman story, right? And like you know they're going to be big favorites to Georgia Tech and Furman and Kennesaw State. Um, and then, yeah, they play the bottom of the SEC. So, he just needs to shine in a few games. They don't even need to win those games. Like Daniels at LSU, that was like an 8-win team, right? But he like teabagged a whole bunch of teams. And then, their defense, didn't keep them in any of the games, but the offense did. Like, I would look to this kid to win the Heisman. And we know that, like, the Heupel offense puts up numbers.
He is an offensive guru.
Yeah.
Yo. There might,
Let's see
but
if we can find some place where we can get Faison Brandon to win the Heisman. Because that's probably 300 to 1.
I hope.
Yeah.
I hope.
Right? Right. We're
Considering
not going to
that
get.
we've never heard of him before. And he
Yeah.
appears to be a freshman. Like,
How do we. Like, I'm going to ask Claude. How do you spell this guy's name?
Faizon. And then Brandon, like normal.
Mm-hmm.
See, I just pulled up
Okay.
DraftKings, still couldn't find him. Did this kid actually sign with Tennessee? Or was this? Oh no, he did enroll. Yeah, yeah, 6'4",
Oh, okay.
215. See, 6'4", 215. Now that's a quarterback's measurements right there. Not 6'6", a buck 95. Like Christ.
Okay, so according to Claude, George McIntyre is the one that's listed on the Heisman odds.
Oh, okay. So McIntyre is going to get the job, it looks like.
Yes.
Oh, God.
So, but we
I,
should look at this kid, whoever this kid is. It's the same principle.
with fucking McIntyre's odds.
Well,
It
you
didn't
you look
say?
it up. No,
Oh,
I have
my
to
fault.
look it up now.
Oh, God. One sec. I fucking closed that tab. Shit. Oh, my God damn it. All right. Stop. They don't have McIntyre on here either. Scumbags.
Okay, well, it's probably going to be
Oh no, there we go. He's 80-1.
okay.
I don't love that. I don't
I
love
don't like that either.
fucking sick. They're gonna break him into pieces. He's not gonna
Yeah,
make the whole
he's kid
season.
that's yeah, okay, that's yeah, this should be 300 to 1.
You know, he's
Yeah,
not gonna
that's
last the whole
ridiculous.
fucking season. How skinny is this kid? All right, good luck. Look, if Heupel likes him, I trust Heupel to pick whoever his better quarterback is. I would think that the thick, muscular black kid would be a better selection than this gawky white kid. But whatever, Heupel, you're the coach. I'm not the coach. They got a good offensive line. If I were like following like the like Athlon style or like counting up the like ratings of the guys, Tennessee actually has the best O line in the conference
Mm,
behind Texas. So like whichever quarterback they settle on, it's gonna have a platform to succeed from.
yeah.
Maybe we should
Um
fucking think about Tennessee. What's their
yeah.
win total again? Tennessee win total was 7.5, juiced to the under.
Oh,
Seems
I got
seems uncharitable.
8.8 on my numbers.
Seems uncharitable. They're going to start out 3-0. We reckon they should probably beat Auburn. They're going to be 4-1. Like, that seems uncharitable. They can't pick up fucking 4 more wins from this. At Arkansas, home Bama. At South Carolina, home Kentucky. At Anna, home LSU. At Vandy. Maybe they can. All right, fine.
Let's go to the Gators.
All right then. Chomp chomp.
Chomp
Gators
chomp.
catching 25-1 to win the conference. They are 7.5, juiced quite under on the win total. Think
Yeah.
about this. It's a 7-win team. Look, okay. I don't know what I think about John Sumrall.
What are you talking about? That's crazy. That is a
mean,
crazy contract.
I like him. But I don't know if this job is too big for him. That's all I'm asking.
Okay, but at Troy, they won the conference.
Yeah, no, he's a winner.
At Tulane, he won the conference. This guy's a fucking winner.
Like, I mean, but it's small situation. This is much bigger. Like, this is such a big step up, and it's so much pressure at Florida. Like, this is like one of the hothouse jobs in college football. Like his seat is already hot. Like, he just got the fucking job. His seat is already hot. Like, that's the nature of Florida. Actually, if this program would, they gotta step back. They gotta step back and rebuild, but they're not
So
gonna.
he's got the offensive
What kind
coordinator
of
from
crew
Georgia
did he
Tech.
bring in?
And Georgia Tech has been a fun offense the past few years. And they brought in Georgia Tech's backup quarterback to be the starter. Yeah.
They brought in Georgia Tech's backup.
You
to
don't
be the
love that
starter.
on paper. But
Okay.
the OC's from Georgia Tech.
It looks.
So he knows if this guy is, as you like to say, bumly or not.
Okay. Oh, I see. And we brought in Philo, a quarterback over from Georgia Tech. I assume this was the one who was backing up Haynes King. Okay. Who else? Who's the other quarterback? Guy called Trammell? It looks all right. It looks like Philo has the clubhouse lead for the job. But yes, a young man called Trammell Jones is challenging him.
They're
it
rebuilding.
Looks like the Gators are going to have question marks on both sides of the ball, though. Ultimately, like this is a real Like they need to have patience with John Sumrall here. Like this is going to take a minute to get the Gators to a place where they are contenders. Like, there's a reason they keep on getting less high profile hires, right? Like, time was the Gators used to hire people like Dan Mullen and Will Muschamp for this job. You can't get a guy like that to do Gators now because of what the fuck they've done with the program.
They tried. Yeah, they couldn't.
Not a chance. Like, the yeah, like there's they have to be patient. Like Florida is one of those. They're in this spot where their
Yeah,
mental image of
my
themselves
my
is
uh, my
not who they
numbers here are
are as
six
other people view
wins.
them. 6 wins. Let's see what we could get out of this. Home to the FAU Owls. Home to FCS Camp Bell. The Camp Bell Camels. The Fighting Camels, I should have said. All right, so that's 2-0. At Auburn, tough because it's on the road. Home to Ole Miss, not great. At
Yeah,
Mizzou, tough. Home to South Carolina. Probably got to circle this one. At Texas, good luck. The cocktail party. Maybe get lucky. It's going to be a big spread. Fucking cover it. That's my advice. Cover that number somehow. Home to
hmm
Oklahoma, not great. At Kentucky, winnable but tough. Home to Vandy, got
yeah.
to win that.
So
And then the
in
rivalry
the
game
games where they're
at
favorites,
Tallahassee.
yeah. So in the games where they're favorites,
They got to get 6 wins
excluding
out of
Florida
that.
Atlantic and Campbell, in the games where they're favorites, Auburn less than 1 point. Home to South Carolina by less than 3.5.
Yeah.
At Vanderbilt by 2. At Kentucky by 1. Oh, they're home Vandy. Oh, excuse me.
They were home Vandy,
Okay,
just for your reference.
that's a
But
swing then. But anyway,
but
yeah,
but point taken. Um yeah, point taken. Fucking A. It's gonna be a bit of time for these Gators.
yeah,
I don't like the 25-1. I would lay 25-1 that they ain't gonna win the SEC. Like that's what I would do. Like actually, and that's why we have to get sponsored by Kalshi. Because Kalshi allows you to make that wager. And that's why prediction markets are the future. All right. I wish I were. I wish we were. I wish we were in the Kalshi affiliate network. We would be big men. Okay. Who else we got in this conference? All right, now we're getting into the also ran territory. I still didn't learn anything about Trammell Jones. I'm sorry. I don't know who the other quarterback is for Florida. Like, but I don't think he's really highly rated. Like, if he's in the ESPN 300, he's closer to 300. So we'll see how it goes for them. Um, Mizzou 35-1. All right, Coach Drinkwitz, that's where you live. That's a good range for you. Auburn, did they have a good defense last year? Noted. All right. All right. Mizzou 35-1. Auburn 40-1. South Carolina 50-1. I Of these three, I would fuck with Linares Sellers or Byram Brown over fucking Prabula. Oh, Prabula left. Oh, who the fuck is the Mizzou quarterback? What? Oh, okay. So Lane recruited him. Okay. So, all right. So he's got some minimal talent. He wouldn't have been invited if he totally sucked. Um, so that's not all right. So that's not terrible. Get the fuck. God damn it, Elijah Drinkwitz, you are a hell of a coach. God bless it. Mm. Okay, yo. And they bring zero. They return zero of that. Okay. Stop it. You shitting me? This, God damn it. Did he have enough time to recover? That's really true. That's like some 50 Cent stuff right there. That's like, yeah, literally wish death on me. Like, like, ah, okay. We might be able to find some spots for this team. Let's have a look at their schedule. So, all right. So we start out home Arkansas Pine Bluff, easy peasy. At Kansas, well, by what you're describing, they might fucking lose to the Jayhawks. I don't know. Home to Troy, who should be gutted. Oh, okay. So they could, yeah, Mizzou could easily start out 3-0. Here we go. Before they go on the road to Starkville, home to Florida, home to A&M. Might be, yeah, for real. That at Ole Miss bye week at Arkansas in the rivalry game. Home to Texas, at Georgia, home Kentucky, home Oklahoma. God damn, that's a god damn. They, I don't understand the win total. Win total 6.5 juiced over. I don't even know if they're gonna get to 7. Like this is, yeah, this might be a 6. Might be a hard 6. like like they're going to like need a 6th win to go bowling. It might come down to that game hosting Kentucky. They might legit, yeah. God damn. Wow, everyone wants to be at a crab stable. Like that's, yeah, that's fucking life. It's like 7.4. Okay, so you must think, yeah, you actually must think that trip to Starkville is quite doable. Then you must have them starting out 4 now, right? Yeah. Wait, no, Prabula didn't come in from injury. He was the intended starter last year, wasn't he? No, no, but you said that. Yeah, yeah. Oh, he was meant to be the starter, not Chambliss. Okay, I forgot that. I That's right. I did remember Chambliss was a backup because I was skeptical of him. Yeah, right. Simmons could be good then. He could be good, but he doesn't have a lot of he doesn't have a lot of yeah, doesn't have a lot of talent around him necessarily. Yeah. Okay then. Yeah. Keeping going. Well, in this odds trance right here, we do have Auburn at 40-1. Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! That is not. That is not how. No, Hugh Freeze did not lose the job. That was he called a Prozzy. No, that was how he lost the job originally when he was at Ole Miss, right? Yeah. Okay. I thought you said he did it again. I was gonna be like, he didn't do it again, did he? Mm. I mean, Golesh did defeat Alabama with USF. I mean, I'm just saying they they did cover though. Anyway, I like Byram. I like him. He is explosive. Bitch. I mean, if he is immediately broken, like on the first play versus Florida, I'm going to feel embarrassed. Granted. I'll tell you that their win total is 6.5 with pretty flat juice. So they are expected to go bowling. As I look at their schedule, I think they're expected to beat Baylor in week one at home. They would be expected to beat Southern Miss at home. Yes. Or my bad, neutral site versus Baylor. Then home to Southern Miss, home to Florida, which I suppose they're meant to lose but be competitive. Home to Vandy. So I suppose they would be. So I suppose they would be meant to start 3-1 or 4-0. Whereupon the schedule gets real: a trip to Knoxville, bye week, then a trip to Athens, home to LSU, then a trip to Ole Miss. October could be an 0-4 situation. Home to Arkansas to start November. Big game. Big, yeah, big game. Because then at Starkville, home to FCS Samford, which you can still count for the bowl, right? You count one of those for the bowls. There you go. And then that's right, not two. Yes, and then the Iron Bowl to finish the season. The Iron Bowl this year, yeah, this year in Tuscaloosa. Um, Six, yeah, that's another team that's going to get to a hard six. They will fight for that sixth win. Like they're gonna need to circle that one home to Arkansas. Don't fuck around. Like, or either that, they're gonna have to go on the road the next week against them cowbells. I think that Golish is a good coach. I think like he's like smart. So I kind of expect Auburn to do well. But now that I look at how this team is rated in terms of like talent, I can see that they are not rated very high. Like, this is not a talented roster, so it might be tough for them. It might be tough for them. I expect that games in which they are big underdogs are probably not going to be the ones where we should take the points. Like we should be much more willing to take 6.5 points with this team than 14. Um, yeah. All right, let's have a look at these odds. And rounding out the conference, yeah, everyone gets long from here. South Carolina 50-1, Vandy 100-1, Arkansas 200-1, Ole Miss, I'm rather Mississippi State and Kentucky 250-1. So yeah, the odds get long here. I mean, Sellers is good. Like, yeah, all right, yeah, we can wrap this up. Look, Sellers is good is the thing. So like, I was looking at that on that basis. Like, he's that, but yeah, yeah, they will need. Yeah, the offensive line will have to come together, right? Because they're clearly bringing in portal pieces to fix that, to help with that. I mean, still in all, they got upside. Like they you know, mm-hmm, you know, mm-hmm, yeah, exactly. But what we know, Sellers is good. We know Sellers has like the physicality. He is an athlete. Yeah, no, we will cheerfully take points with them at home in Columbia. For show. Win total 6.5, juiced under. Looking at this schedule: home Kent State, home FCS Towson 2-0, home Mississippi State, tough game at Bama. Mm-mm. Home Kentucky, tough game. At Florida, mm-mm. Florida's going to need that one. Home Tennessee after the bye week. At the Sooners, don't love it. Home to A&M, don't love it. At Arkansas, we don't know where the Hogs going to be. It depends. Yeah, it depends on what the Hogs look like, right? And then yeah, home Georgia at Clemson in the rivalry game. I don't know. Fucking a. All right. And then yeah, speaking of the Hogs 200 to 1. I so who's their coach now? Ryan Silverfield in. Silverfield, he we're gonna find out whether he is a good coach. Because this is a challenging situation and it would seem to be not a friendly schedule. Not a friendly schedule. Week 2 at Salt Lake City. Week 3 home to the Georgia Bulldogs. Golly, that is a tough one. Home Tulsa, then at A&M. No bye weeks in this sequence. That's a tough spot, Coach Silverfield. You were really in for it, bro. Like, yo. Okay, good luck. Good luck. I don't know who these quarterbacks are. You know who AJ Hill is? Nope, me neither. All right. Let's see. Who else we got here? Oh, yeah, that's right. Bulldogs and Wildcats are the last ones. Yes, 251, both of them. What you got to say about the men from Starkville? I like Levy. Levy grew on me over the course of last year. Mm, mm. All right, I'm going to tell you, people are down on Coach Levy's side, Coach Levy's team from the talent perspective. And now that I open up this fucking schedule, I can see that they're down on them from the schedule perspective. Win total is 5.5. I'm sorry, is 4.5. Juice to the over. Um, I can see why they're saying that for Coach Levy's side. Home to UL Monroe, fantastic start. Then you go on the road to play Minnesota. Then you go on the road, conference opener at South Carolina. Home to Mizzou, then home to Bama. Bye week at LSU. Home to Oklahoma at Texas. Goodness gracious. This team could just start out 1-6. They gotta circle that Mizzou game at home. That way they at least get 2 wins. No, no, I just mean 2 wins by Halloween. That's what I mean. Because this shit gets rugged in October. Bama, LSU, Oklahoma, and Texas. Got to win those 3 in order to go bowling. Yes, sirree, Bob. And then it'll be down to the Egg Bowl to finish the job for the 6th win. I could, I could see us really cut against this team in November because I could easily see a situation where they're somehow like home dogs to Auburn because of all the games they lost beforehand, and then we just say that fucking money line, and we go back take that money line in the Egg Bowl. Fuck yeah, I like Levy. I like him. He's a good leader. I don't know if these guys are good. You know what I mean? Like the players are good, but like yeah, it's a long time since they had like a guy like Dak Prescott as quarterback. I remember Mississippi State used to have good quarterbacks. Um, and then rounding it out, yes, last and least, the Vanderbilt Commodores, 250 to 1 to win the conference. Oh wait, no, my bad. The Wildcats. Did we see Vandy's 100 to 1. My fault. We did skip Vandy. Vandy 100 to 1. The Wildcats will be last and least. Vandy missing Pavia, keeping of course Coach Lee. I would expect this team to go way back toward their program average, right? Like I don't think Clark Lee unleashed something. I don't think he leveled them up really, right? He just got a lot of good quarterback play and won some tight games. Or you just good? So you were getting on the fade train. Like you're gonna be taking NC State. You're gonna be fucking taking Auburn. Like, okay, well, that's fair enough. It could be a rough one for the Commodores. Let's see what their win total is. It has to be low. An incredible 4.5. Oh my bad, 5.5. Juice to the over. Incredible. You want 6 wins from this schedule. So Austin P in Delaware. I'll give you 2 right there. I agree. They could easily lose to the Wolfpack at home. At Auburn, at Georgia, tough. Home to Ole Miss, tough. Home to Arkansas. They're going to get the 6 wins. They got to have this one. At Kentucky, got to have it. At Starkville, we don't like that spot. Home to Bama, not great. At Florida, mm-mm. And then home to Tennessee. I don't see them getting 6. How is it 5.5 plus 135 for Vandy? Are people crazy? Who did they bring in to replace Pavia? Let me look at that real quick here. Jared Curtis. Oh, he is. Oh, yes, he is highly rated. But he's highly rated though. He's like got the 5 star. Like, okay, I see, bro. He's wait a minute. How did Clark Lee get such a good quarterback to come to Vandy? I wonder how much they're paying him. Get out of here. Okay, yeah, he's going to have to carry them. That is a tall order. Um, but he could get better as the season wears on. Like, and if Vandy improved as they went through their schedule, still it's a tough finish at the Swamp, home in Tennessee. Though, like even if he could get better and still lose those games. Like he could play way better and still lose those games. Like it's like, mm, okay, I still like it. I think we should go out the under 5.5. That actually might be the best bet. Yeah, I think that's the best bet. Like Vandy ain't winning 6 games in the schedule. I mean, unless this Jared Curtis really is the second coming, but like he's gonna have to play great. Like he's gonna have to play great, and like honestly, sprinkle. He's 225 to 1 to win the Heisman. Fucking sprinkle that kid for the Heisman. If you think Vandy could go bowling with this schedule, this is a tough schedule. If that, oh fuck yes, love that. I'm just glad that the accounts don't lock like the fucking student loan account does. Like fucking like you fucking type that shit in wrong 2 times, the fucking shit is done. It's like, come on. You know? Yeah, of course. Of course. Get out of here. Yeah. Will Stein. Do you know where Will Stein was at beforehand? He was the quarterback's coach. Um, oh, my bad. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Both. He was QB coach, OC. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He was play. He was the OC at Oregon, and this is his first job, first head coaching job in the Southeastern Conference, taking over from Mark Stoops, filling in for some big shoes. I don't like his chances. This is going to be really hard for him. I mean, honestly, Vanderbilt is probably the most winnable game on their schedule. I mean, in the conference, yeah, like that is like they are going to be they're going to be in for it. These cats, because Mark Stoops built a bully, and right now they don't got no Nelson Munces. Right now they got a lot of Millhouses. You know, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, seems impossible to believe. And the win total is appropriately 4.5. All right, we did. I think we did all right here. If you don't want to give out any long shots, I think we should definitely give out Vandy. Definitely give out Vandy under 5.5 wins. Like, I mean, I would fuck with Oklahoma plus 1,300 or South Carolina plus 5,000. Or actually, fuck that. I would fuck with Sellers plus like 40 to 1 rather to win the Heisman. Um, like, because I mean, honestly, he just has to get him to the conference championship to win the Heisman. He doesn't have to win the conference to win the Heisman. Like, I guess that's oh yeah, that's right. LSU did not make that. I mean, they didn't make the playoff, right? Or we didn't have the playoff yet. That was the last year. Yeah, that was the last year before. Yeah. Well, anyway. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, Vandy. That's right. And we give A&M under 8.5. But I still want to call Vandy the best bet. But all right. All right. Beautiful. Well, I'm glad you stayed on for this extra long episode.